Hello everyone, welcome to the next episode. I believe this is episode 11, if I have my numbers correct. Now, the first word we're going to look at today is the word for woman, which is bornach, bornach, or bornach. I do believe that the R sound in this case is kind of like the R sound rather than a R sound. I could be wrong on that, so yeah, if I'm wrong, I apologize. But from the material that I've read, I think that is what the sound is meant to be. Bornach. The plural form, so women, is bornich. Bornich. The woman was sick. Van bornach guchin. Van bornach guchin. The women were bad. Van bornich don. Van bornich don. The word for hitting is bual. Bual. The women will be hitting the men. Would be something like Bina bornich bual na fern. Bina bornich bual na fern. So in standard, when you have something like the men following one of these verbs, it usually becomes num ved, or depending on whatever the word is, none something. But the informant that I follow tended to not say that final n or often, instead just using na. From what I can gather, in standard, if the masculine plural ends in an additional particle like un, then the word doesn't change. But if it changes in the middle and becomes like an e sound or something, then in the genitive, in this possessive, it is the singular. Another thing in the standard is that they have a lot of, I guess, special forms for these possessive sort of sentences and constructions. An example would be the word grien, which is sun, becoming grenia in standard, which is the sort of possessive form. In East Perthshire Gaelic, they don't really use as many of these sort of possessive forms as they do in standard, and sometimes it can be a little bit messy and inconsistent, I think. Some forms are consistently used, whereas others are not used at all. I tend to try and follow as closely as possible to the informant with my own language, but if you want to be more conservative and use some of these possessive forms, that's entirely up to you and absolutely fine. I wouldn't worry too much about getting these all correct straight away, because over time you'll get used to them with exposure to standard media, listening and reading, etc. So in summary, this is kind of a long-winded way of saying that the forms in East Perthshire Gaelic are not entirely consistent, and a lot of the times were dropped entirely, and that the forms in Standard Gaelic are large and varying in number. I would be hitting food. I don't know why I'd be hitting food, but anyway, I would be hitting food would be something like Vin buol beer. Vin buol beer. He would be hitting a drink would be something like Viecha buol joch. Viecha buol joch. The word for seeing is fechgin. Fechgin. I was not seeing the women would be something like Charomi fechgin na bornich. Charomi fechgin na bornich. You guys were seeing food would be something like Vashi fechgin beer. Vashi fechgin beer. A bat in East Perthshire Gaelic is Jalten an moch. Jalten an moch. A bat is seeing a man would be something like Ha jalten anemoch feichkin fair. Ha jalten anemoch feichkin fair. A woman is hitting a bat quickly would be something like Ha bornach buol jalten anemoch guyalu. Ha bornach buol jalten anemoch guyalu. A man is drinking slowly. Ha fer gol gusludach. Ha fer gol gusludach. I would be sick. Vin guchin. Vin guchin. They would be well. Viecha gma. Viecha gma. Amusing or peculiar in Gaelic is droll. Droll. The bat wasn't amusing. Charoan jalten anemoch droll. Charoan jalten anemoch droll. Would the man be amusing? Biech ver droll. Biech ver droll. I wouldn't be amusing. I would be sick. Chavin droll. Vin guchin. Chavin droll. Vin guchin. I wouldn't be eating. Chavin gich. Chavin gich. You guys wouldn't be drinking. Chavirchi gol. Chavirchi gol. She wouldn't be seeing. Chavirchi fechkin. Chavirchi fechkin. The bat wouldn't be hitting quickly. Chavirchen jalten anemoch buol guyalu. Chavich and jalten anemoch buol guyalu. And some of the words we've covered so far. Jalten anemoch. Jalten anemoch. Droll. Droll. Fechkin. Fechkin. Bual. Bual. Ambornach. Ambornach. Nabornich. Nabornich. Amved. Amved. Beer. Beer. Joch. Joch. Gich. Gich. Gol. Gol. Gesludach. Gesludach. Guyalu. Guyalu. Guma. Guma. Gachin. Gachin. Don. Don. Kutach. Kutach. Wien. Wien. Viech. Viech.